What does your esoteric anatomy look like?
Every spiritual tradition says you're not just your body. You have a physical body, but you also have higher bodies. Well, they talk about a soul. Typically, they talk about a soul. But more specifically, this soul is comprised of higher bodies, emotional bodies, mental bodies, and spiritual bodies of increasingly higher vibration, increasing frequency. So this is just the way things are. Now, at the apex of your existence is your I am presence, your divine spark, master within, inner light, by whatever name you want to give it or whatever spiritual tradition you follow. That's the thing, that's your connection with God, with the all that is, with the ultimate reality. And what's important is that the way this I am presence communicates with your mind and your body is through your energy centers. So in the Eastern schools of mysticism, you have the chakras. Everyone talks about the chakras, the 7 chakras which run along your spine, which are energy vortices that channel higher energy into energy the body can use. Everyone's heard of, well, most of you have probably heard of that. Well, in the West, we have what we just call them energy centers, and we're actually talking about the glands or organs that animate your body. Now, they're obviously correlated. But there are 12 energy centers in the Western schools of energy clearing, energy medicine, and there are 7 chakras. So some chakras have more than one energy center associated with them. For example, the heart has the actual physical organ. The heart is an energy center, as well as the thymus, which is underneath your breastbone. And you may see some mystical traditions, they talk about the crown of the heart. What are they talking about? It seems like some esoteric thing, but it's very concrete. They're talking about the Thymus Glands, which is both included in your heart chakra, and the thymus is the crown of your heart. It's just above your heart, between your throat and your heart, which is another important gland for healing. When you see Tarzan beating his chest, he's stimulating his thymus glands, which is very important for healing in your immune system. So now, if your goal is enlightenment, if your goal is to be connected with the all that is and to hear those very subtle vibrations that come from this small, still voice within, it makes sense that if the way this I am presence communicates with your mind and body is through these energy centers, then the best thing you can do is clean out your energy centers. If they're clean, you won't have any blockages, and you'll be able to hear the voice more clearly. That's also the reason why you meditate, and why you meditate usually in a quiet place, in a comfortable place, and that because you don't want to have your objective senses interfering with that small, still voice within. Makes sense, right? You don't want to be a rock concert is not the ideal place for meditation, but if you're really good, it doesn't matter. You're still connected, and you can still get the messages. I'm not advocating that, but that's one of the reasons why you do that. So that's what we're going to do today. Before we even bliss you out with the total love, we're going to unblock all your energy centers or clear out a lot of debris from your energy centers. Then we're going to go automatically into the total love immersion. We're going to fill you with love. And one of the other benefits, I talked about your other bodies, your emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. And as we know, what would you typically think are in your emotional bodies? These are the feelings you've been feeling. What's in your mental body, these are your thoughts you've been thinking. And by the law of attraction, we know that even these feelings and thoughts that you have been thinking will attract other thoughts and feelings of similar vibration. So if you're watching horror movies or watching the TV news, what are you attracting? What you're thinking about is something horrible. You're attracting more of those same horrible thoughts, and your mental bodies and emotional bodies get bogged down with all this discordant, fear-inducing, angry energies that you don't want, that aren't doing you any good. So that's the other thing we're going to do. We're going to flush those energy bodies so that you basically start with a blank slate. You won't have all those in you. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to be totally enlightened and it's going to last forever. Just like a shower doesn't last forever. We recommend you take a shower once a day. Same thing, you clean yourself out daily, because whatever thoughts you go back to thinking, you're going to attract more of those same thoughts, which is one of Jesus was obviously a famous healer. One of the things he would do after he would heal someone is say, "Go and sin no more." And what did he mean by that? It wasn't a moral thing. It had nothing to do with morals. It's just common sense. It says, don't go doing the same stupid thing that got you sick in the first place, because even though I just healed you, you're going to get sick again. That's how elementary it is. Spirituality is actually simple when you break it down to the basics. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to clean out your energy centers from a Western perspective, and then we're going to do our total love immersion. So I think that's enough theory for today.